The 1st of the 138th Infantry Regiment conducted their annual training at the Fort Chaffee Joint Maneuver Training Center outside of Fort Smith, Arkansas. At over 64,000 acres of varied terrain, the center afforded the regiment with the training areas and ranges required to fire all of their weapon systems. The job of the infantry is to locate, close with, and destroy the enemy by fire and maneuver, or repel the enemy's assault by fire and close combat.
We generally train offensive in the infantry. We like what we call the violence of action. We like to take it to the enemy, and it's usually moving forward. And so this year, we're changing our focus a little bit, diving into the defensive so that we can be proficient in that. Not only does that help us as a battalion for federal missions overseas, it falls a little bit more in line with efforts within the state doing the state emergency duty when the governor calls upon us.
During state of emergency duty, the infantry can be tasked with securing infrastructure, protecting public property and public safety, as well as sandbagging, wellness checks, and distributing food and water.
Well, as an infantryman in the National Guard, we have a very historic role. We fought in all the major wars of the U.S., many times leading the charge, being the ones ready for the call, and also there for our local communities, of course.
A Mock Forward Operating Base, or FOB, was used to enhance the infantry's defensive training.
FOB Airborne is a small FOB, fits a company-sized element. We're conducting entry control point, guard tower, and quick reaction force maneuvers.
How to operate cohesively as a team, and also how to deal with guard shifts, relating positively with the locals, not assuming everybody is an enemy, learning how to interact with them, and then also how to deal with the threats that we may encounter.
FOBs are sometimes located near local communities and rely on local civilians to provide goods and services. Training cadre played the roles of civilians and enemy forces. In one of the training scenarios, a group of civilians approach an entry control point to the FOB.
Where'd you come from? Whole life here?
Yeah, whole life.
What do you do? Cool, we'll get you in there in just a little bit, okay? We just gotta get some people up here to help, okay?
All right, no problem. Thanks for the water.
There's a lot of emphasis on de-escalating situations.
Several times being deployed, American soldiers didn't act appropriately, and we want to completely eliminate that, and I feel we have, and we want to project a positive image of America.
Throughout the training, sand tables, or mock-ups of the battle space, were utilized by the infantrymen.
We're trying to get the roads mapped out.
A sand table creates a common operating picture for every single soldier. We all get on the same page in terms of what is in our area of operations and what is our understanding.
No matter what the mission might be, we train 360, so we know every different role within our squad, within our platoon. So no matter what the case, we're ready to rock and roll.
Active duty subject matter experts from 1st Army were on hand to advise and evaluate the annual training.
Know where you're at, know where your buddy's at, know where the target's at.
My number one goal as a company commander during this annual training was to ensure that we had qualified, lethal squads.
The lethality of a squad centers on their ability to maneuver, employ their weapon systems effectively, and communicate. All of these were evaluated during the live fire exercises.
Move out! Alpha falling on Bravo, let's go!
The live fire exercises also develops trust, confidence, and teamwork in a squad.
Doing an actual live fire with live ammunition is a unique situation that really cements and bonds the guys together. It really creates a great team.
The annual training also included weapons qualification for the regiment's snipers.
This is the M107. This is our 50 caliber sniper rifle. A lot of people call it the Barrett. It's manufactured by Barrett. This is the battalion's anti-material sniper asset. We can take this out with us on missions, and we have the ability to disable trucks, lightly armored vehicles, things like that.
So this is valuable experience to us as lower enlisted, and also for our leadership to understand how to utilize us best and how to plan for contingencies.
The 1st of the 138th Infantry Regiment stands ready for the call to support their state and federal missions.